All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out tonight to see the Bogus Pomp Orchestra. It's a very special program we've put together for you. Thank you so much. This means so much to everybody here. Put a lot of hard work into it, and I think you're really going to like the program. Mr. Tom Trapp is conducting the evening's performance. I'd like to say thank you to the musicians of the Bogus Pomp Orchestra.
Go like this. And all make a vomit noise. Let's try. Keep that in mind.
Hi, I'm Belinda with Video Cafe, and I'm here this morning with Jerry Outlaw from the Bogus Pomp Orchestra Band. So is that your real name, Jerry?
Yes, it is.
So tell me about the band. Like, are you all good friends? Have you been
Oh yeah,
friends
absolutely.
for years?
The Bogus Pomp Orchestra consists of a 10-piece electric band with a 15-piece chamber ensemble and a conductor, so it's 25, 26 people.
And y'all happen to just really like Zappa, or did you?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the whole reason, you know, obviously they got going because everybody was so into the music that Frank Zappa did. And over the years, as we played it, we progressed into more serious forms of it. And, you know, finally getting to the point where we're doing the orchestral works. And it's really, you know, the high point of the band, and it's appropriate because, you know, right now is the twilight time for the band. This is like the last time that the band's going to be around. So, you know, I'm hoping that things will allow the band to play one more time, maybe two. But if not, I can only be proud of what we've done so far because it's been great. We've been doing it for 10 years,
Wow.
and it's just gotten better and more intense every year.
So what is your favorite crowd-pleasing song that you sing that really gets the crowd going?
In the Zappa catalog, a song that I really, really love to play is, it depends on what type of show we do, what songs we play. When we do the electric shows, I really like to play a song called Inca Roads. That's one of my favorite tunes, and it's just a special song to everybody who knows it and is familiar. And that's always been one that, the band always looked up to, like, wow, we'll learn this song one day. And then 5 years into being a band, we finally get to the point where we're ready to take on that song. And when we eventually get it, it's wonderful. It's, it's a feeling that's, it's a pretty high accomplishment, and it takes us until after we get it and play it a bunch of times until we kind of realize what we did. It takes a minute to sink in, like, wow, we just played that and played it right.
Wow.
It's a good feeling.
Where's your favorite place to play, your favorite venue around here?
Well, for an informal party type of atmosphere, Janice Landing for sure.
Oh.
But obviously where we did the show with the orchestra, the Tampa Theater, is probably the most beautiful venue around. It's old and very classic, you know.
And tell me about the musicians in the band.
The musicians in Bogus Pomp are a great bunch of guys. I've really been extremely fortunate over the last 10 years to be able to surround myself with guys like the musicians in Bogus Pomp. Some of the guys I just can't imagine myself being able to be in a band with in any other context except Bogus Pomp, because they're so many levels ahead of me in their, formal musical training. Guys like David Koash, the percussionist with the Florida Orchestra, an amazing musician. One of the greatest guys I've ever met. Incredible. David Pate, saxophone player. As far as I'm concerned, I've never seen another sax player that can touch what he does. He's amazing. He's a unique stylist. He's incredible. All the guys in the band, Rick Olson and Ross Jobson, the two keyboard players, the guys work great together, and individually they're incredible. They've got very different styles and very different ways of doing things, very complementary of one another. The drummer, John Citroni, that guy has really saved the band in the majority of the situations over the about 3/4 of our band existence, really, because he's a catalog of Zappa music. And Alex, our bass player, Alex Pasut. I've never had the opportunity to play with a finer bass player in my life. I've learned so much from all these guys in the last 10 years. David Manson, our trombonist, great musician, great arranger, composer, fabulous player. Our trumpet player has been a revolving door of sorts, but we've had a lot of great guys in that slot. Right now, Jim Earp, is the guy who's been playing with us the most, it seems like. The guys in the band are very special. Dan Campbell, our violin player, he plays second guitar as well. Great musician for a young guy. He's the youngest guy in the band, actually, and he's great players. He's really going to go on to do some great things
How old
later.
is he? I'm just curious.
He's like 26,
Okay.
and he plays incredibly.
So you've got 26, and how old's the oldest one in the band?
Oldest guy in the band, I would assume, would be Alex, and he's, in his 50s. He's up there, He's learning too. The scary thing about Alex is he's getting better every day because he's going to college, for his jazz and everything, and he's getting better every day. It's amazing.
How did you get the name Bogus Pomp?
Well, Bogus Pomp was the name of an orchestra composition by Frank Zappa that he did in the 70s. And the first time I saw the name in print on an album, it made me laugh out loud. I was like, what in the hell is that? Bogus Pomp. And it just kind of stuck with me, And when Rick Olson and I were just starting to form the idea of doing some of this music, that just popped into my head, and I said, let's call it Bogus Pomp. That sounds funny, And people kind of, look at it funny, like you say Bogus Pomp, and unless they know, they go, what?
Yeah. Tell me about Tom, the conductor.
Tom Trapp is a very interesting young man. He's a great mind, great ear, a great composer, writer, arranger, transcriber. I mean, the guy he's a young guy too, and he's really monstrous. He's you know, what can I say about Tom Trapp? I mean, if I've ever met a young guy who had his act together in his music, it's Tom Trapp. The guy's a monster.
Well, in today's age, everybody depends on the internet to get information about things. What is your website?
Our website is www.boguspomp.com. Check it out. It should be there for quite a while longer, I think. You know, even if we don't do any more shows, it'll be there for at least another year. So we're going to have songs and hopefully videos soon to download from the website for free. So check out boguspomp.com and keep up with what we're doing. You know, and that's about it.
Okay, well, great. This is Belinda from Video Cafe, and thank you very much,
You're very
Jerry.
welcome.